ラフォロエイングコータギ、ハイゼットナトーコタットフレンドライ、ユーアーディスクレーションのアドバイス。
So I initially saw an ad online about a new fantasy game, Final Fantasy XIV, Erozea, and I registered for the test drive, and it was alright, however it felt quite barren and lacking, and I hadn't given it much thought since. So imagine my surprise when I learned it was completely remade a couple of years later into something fresh and much better. So I logged in for the first time to a realm reborn, and I had my choice of race to choose from. You had the humans, the elves, the cats, Galka, and that's it, pretty much. But there are no short elves, so I was either going to have to join my tall brethren or choose something else. And since I didn't want to be a roly-poly, a potato, or a connoisseur of popotos, I, instead of choosing a Lalafell, went with a Mikote. Yes, I know, quite basic of me. Then I had to choose a class, and I don't know what came over me, but I went with an archer? Something I never usually do, and unsurprisingly, it didn't stick for long. Get it? Stick, because a bow is a stick. I let myself out. So I went through the starting area of Gridania, and got to know all sorts of NPCs, and did a bunch of quests. I did all the basic stuff from bonking cute beetles over the head to punting marmots. Honestly, quite surprising I didn't get PETA on my head. And as most role-playing games go, I went from beetles to pirates to magical golems and even dragons. But I found out why the community calls you Erozea's errand boy pretty quickly. So much walking back and forth, my virtual feet were reeling. Usually I don't mind having to do fetch quests that much, but I kinda like having company, and at this point of my journey for Erozea, I found myself kinda lonely. I was in the middle of a desert and I haven't really met even a single person to play with or talk to. You see, I went into Erozea with an expectation for a more multiplayer game, and I only a bit later realized that Final Fantasy XIV is actually more of an RPG first, and then it is a multiplayer game. Which was unexpected to me, and when I did understand that fact, I didn't mind the single player aspect of it as much. So atop the slope of Camp Drybone, pondering about the meaning of the universe and if maybe, just maybe, a Lalafell is the ultimate life form.
What now?
I began to think that maybe Final Fantasy XIV just wasn't for me. Maybe I need a more socially oriented game to distract me from the eldritch realities about poking potatoes. However, in a weird twist of luck, just as I thought about checking what was all the fuss about the quicksand and Balmog, and have my soul irreparably and utterly corrupted by Lalafellas in bikinis, I have gotten a private message. A majestic, strong warrior lady with an axe and 4 armor atop a chocobo came riding along to ask me if I'm new to the game. Her name was Honora, I think. I'm kinda bad with names. And she was the leader of a guild. Surprised, I told her that yeah, I am new. And so I met up with a guild of really nice people who welcomed me. And she gave me a link shell, and then I was suddenly bombarded by dozens of messages saying welcome, hi, what class am I, and if I need help. I was even asked where I am in the story. And to be honest, it was quite overwhelming. But I mean, I have just complained about lacking a more social side to Erozea, so I wasn't going to suddenly argue against some company, right? And as I was getting along pretty well with these guys, they invited me to visit their shared home in the housing area. A wonderful place, a big wooden mansion filled with rugs and other delightful features, such as a pond and a lot of books. And later on, they even helped me when I was sent to fight face to face with Ifrit, where I didn't die at all. Not even once. They really carried me through that fight. And yeah, I'm talking about Ifrit normal. And when it was all said and done, a wonderful lady in the guild, I think her name was Solar, has even paid for me to have my own room in the mansion they all lived in. And it was the start of a wonderful adventure with these people, but it didn't last too long. And I hope you liked this video. It was a bit different than what I usually do, a lot more storytelling than just artwork, so let me know if you liked it and if you'd be interested in seeing a part 2 of this. Spoiler alert, it might have a lot of like juicy guild drama. Yeah.